You ready for your first question?
Yeah.
Good job.
Cool.
What's your greatest weakness?
Well, I'd say, I'm trying to figure out how I would define weakness, and then probably just genetic flaws. Imperfect genetics.
Like, yeah, you weren't born with like a perfect body, your hair's really bad.
Yeah, I was born from my dad who's just a blunt asshole. So I've kind of lived
blonde asshole.
To an extent. My mom is trying to mediate the two.
How many bananas?
As many as I can handle.
Okay, how many bananas in a day?
I'd say 3.
3. Okay, that's a pretty big number. I'm good at 2. I guess 3 is acceptable, but I don't know, some people like 1 banana, or like, okay, 1 banana is still acceptable, but like half a banana? Like, who eats half a banana?
It's funny you asked that, because my brother and I used to eat half a banana before school. In elementary school, my dad would make these smoothies. And he would make these smoothies, and he would put all kinds of these healthy substances in them that just made the smoothie taste like shit almost. But for the entirety of my life, almost, when I hear the word smoothie, or associated with the juice it up or something like that, I just get this idea of some kind of healthy fruit mixture that still tastes a little off. So when smoothies taste really good, it's just kind of strange.
Yeah, I know that feeling too.
Yeah, so he would give us a little small shitty smoothie and a half a banana. And for some reason I wasn't into bananas in elementary school, but
yeah, you get like older and then you're like, these are the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. I always peel off the long those little white remnant strings that are on there.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with my oranges. I like to peel off as many of those as possible.
Okay. Pulp or no pulp?
Pulp. Definitely pulp.
Crunchy or smooth?
Always crunchy.
What is a good question for our next interview?
Well, what I perceive to be good would be something like, I asked this guy at an art opening once this question, but I forgot. Yeah. Actually, I would do a series of questions where you just spitfire real quick. You go green or blue, mountains or ocean, swift or slow, night or day,
yeah,
cold or hot. Yeah.
That may be a good way to do the 2 option ones that I have. I think I have some of those.
And then you just shuffle through them real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do like 8 or 10 of those.
Okay. You should remember that one that you said to that guy at that art show. And then say it once you remember it.
He actually... He's where I got that whole double question thing from. Because he asked me and my friend Monica if he'd started out, blue or green, mountains or ocean. And I answered green. No, I answered blue. And then I said mountain. And he thought that was kind of strange, because he said most people he asks, blue or green, if they say blue, they'll say ocean. And they say green, they say mountain.
Yeah.
It's almost like a...
So you're kind of like fucked up.
Correlation. Yeah.
Something's wrong with you.
Yeah. Kicked in the head.
Do you have rules for the way you think and interact?
Yeah. Mostly everything is for personal benefit. And I think that's the same for all people. But I'd say, yeah, when I interact with people, I just try to be as positive and as happy as possible, because I feel like that's a very attractive feature, and people want to associate themselves with those positive, happy people. So,
what are the what are the best lines you've heard someone say? Like the best phrase?
Well, I don't really enjoy when people quote other people.
Right, because there's that quote about quotes where they say that people who use quotes don't have anything else to say in place of those quotes.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely.
Yeah. What about something clever you've heard or seen someone do, or like a good joke though? What about those type of phrases?
A good joke?
Like something funny, something interesting, something that's clever, something cool, interesting. That.
Yeah, I think I was listening to college radio one day with my dad, and there was this, I think it was Forward into the Past, this music show that plays songs from historical movies, and they were just these two radio personalities, and they had these elderly voices, but they were just quick, and they were such good radio personalities. And
but not to the point where it was dumb or anything.
No. And the way this guy approached the joke and the way he laid it out, he's like, "Hey Randy, why can't your nose be 12 inches long?" And then the guy instantly asked why. And then the teller of the joke said, "Well, because then it would be your foot." But at the time I heard it, it was bliss. It was just this joke that put me into some kind of very, very temporary utopian state.
They knew how to deliver.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things with being clever too, I think, is that once you establish yourself as clever and people think you're clever, you have to uphold that reputation of clever.
And sometimes you think you're acting clever, and you do something that you like that seems really clever, and then no one gets it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's extremely challenging because to be clever, I mean, for some people, I feel this way for me. So it's challenging because you have to be intellectually stimulating, and then just you have to have these oddball phrases, that like these novel sentences that no one else has heard. But then to do that all the time with the same group of people, you just constantly have to be on your toes, and you have to uphold that, and it's challenging, I think.
I agree with you very much. We hold similar views on this.
Sounds very formal.
Dude, how do thermoses know?
Thermoses?
Yeah. They know when it's hot and they know when it's cold. He puts like hot and cold things in it. He keeps the hot things hot and like the cold things cold.
Maybe thermoses have minds. It's funny because, God, it's almost thermostat. It's almost the same word. Because I was in philosophy of the mind lecture this morning, and we were going over functionalism, how basically the mind is physical, but it's kind of like a software program in your head, and everything is a function of that. So all your emotions and sensations are functions, and then within that function there are individual functions. So let's say, for instance, I punch you. One of the functions of pain for you is to act a certain way. Exactly. Yeah. So
function compositions.
Maybe a thermos can have a mind, and that mind is very, very simple mind, not like humans, but its functions are, okay, if there's a certain level of hotness or coldness, I will react or act this way to maintain this hotness or coldness. So it's a very, very basic functioning mind, but could potentially be a mindful thermos.